Hey everybody, sorry, I was just finishing a freezy. Let's see. Dane says hi. Hi, Dane. Scotty, hey Scotty, how you doing, buddy? How's the kidney stone? Levi, hey Levi. So I don't know if you're all still here. It says okay, 5 people here. So who's here? Okay, so what do we got to talk about? So, what do you guys think of a lot of stuff happened? Ben Sherratt. Oh, I'm looking at myself. Ben Sherratt, Nick Cousins. What do you think that means? The Patrick Laine rumor. Aho, but I mean Aho. They pretty much they said they're gonna match. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Thanks for coming in, by the way. So yeah, I was just scanning Twitter. Nothing seemed to be going on. So it's weird. I got my other computer over here with it on, and I'm trying to see. It's a little bit behind. That's really funny. Okay. Um, NHL trade rumors. Okay, well, what's that for? I don't want to click on it right now. Screw up my feed. What's the rumors out there? I mean, the rumors, Laine, but you know, you guys watch the hockey guy, I think. Anyway, I saw his video about that exactly with Laine or Mitch Marner, and who it makes more sense to offer sheet. And I kind of agree with him. It's Mitch Marner because if you offer sheet him at that, you got to give him 12.5. Toronto probably won't, might not match. There's a good chance they won't match. And if they do, you kind of screw them up. For you hurt that team. They're going to have to do some trading, get rid of some people. They won't have the people around them. And if they don't match, well, we get Marner, and Marner might be worth 4 first-round picks for a team that's going to do well because he's going to improve that team. Okay, so I was rambling there. Yeah, it's all speculation, Johnny. It's all speculation. You know, the funny thing is, though, I've got this channel, so I like to do a lot of stuff. Well, when I started the channel, I put out some pretty crappy stuff, yes. But I was putting out stuff, my ideas, what I wanted. I had no idea what people wanted to watch. But I got to tell you, what really sells, if you want to call it the term, is rumor and speculation. Yeah, it really does. It's interesting. All that rumor and speculation and stuff's pretty interesting. So come on, guys, you got to feed me some questions. Okay, I'll tell you what I think about Patrick Laine. Offering him $10 million scares me because of his drop-off last season. Yes, he had 2 really good first 2 seasons. I get that. Third season, he really fell off. What if that's what his normal is going to be, 50 points, 60 points? That's not worth $10 million. So I don't know. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about him to. I know he's a good player. He's a really good goal scorer. He's from Finland. He would really fit into our team pretty good. But $10 million scares me off. So I don't know. And there's seems to be that Bergevin and Cheveldayoff are good friends, and there's a rumor that they'll work out a trade. So we'll see. If they're going to trade, Hab Nation, Laine for Petrie and Caulfield. No. I don't like that. That's taking too much away for a guy that I'm not sure of. I don't know. That one could really bite us. Twirly, Caulfield isn't getting traded. I agree with you. By the way, hi guys. Thanks for coming in. Steven, hi Steven. Yeah, I've seen and this one I like some of it. I don't like part of it. I'll tell you right now. Drouin for Suzuki. Drouin, Suzuki, and a second rounder. I prefer Drouin Juleson in the second rounder, or Paling, Suzuki, Caulfield, Primo. Who else am I missing? You can't trade those guys away. I don't think you can, and I hope he doesn't. So, let's see. Petrie is 32 and Caulfield is 5'6". He's 5'7". There's been a lot of great 5'7" players, so you can't use that. You can't use that. Petrie's 32, yes, but you trade away Petrie for Line, and we already still have a bit of a hole on defense. You widen that hole tremendously, and then what do? Now we're looking for a defenseman for sure. The way it's set up now, getting Sherratt, I think we don't need I don't know how much of a hole there is on defense. You take Petrie out of there, I don't know. Frank the Tank. Hey, Frank the Tank. Do you think they'll sign Marner? Well, it's not whether they'll sign Marner, whether they'll offer sheet him. If they're going to offer sheet somebody, that's the guy to do it, because if you've got to overpay to offer sheet. I mean, you got to overpay. You got to make it. We tried it already with Aho. The mistake was he should have given Aho 11 million or something, or 10.5 million, something like that. That's what you got to do. So who's out there still that you can offer sheet that's worth that kind of money? Marner's the only one, and Toronto is our biggest rival. Toronto and Boston. For me, Toronto's probably my most hated team because of the old rivalry. I don't hate the city of Toronto necessarily, but I don't like the team. And you really hurt the team either way. You take away, if they don't match, you get their best player. If they match, financially, they're really screwed. So, yeah. Move Juleson up to second pair. He's still a rookie. I mean, I don't know. You want to do that? He's played 21 games, 19 games, something like that. I don't think so. Not yet. Not a second pairing. Do you think Juleson was a mistake? Wait a second. Let me see what I missed. Petrie's value is at his highest. Yes. You guys got to trade something to get something. I agreed, but the problem with sometimes with trading like that, and if you notice, Bergevin doesn't do that. You fill a hole, but you create another hole. So what's the use? Especially if you're a team that's going in the right direction and you've got prospects and stuff that can fill your holes that you're trading for. Why make a hole somewhere else on defense or something? I don't agree with that. I don't know what you guys think about that, but maybe I'm wrong, but I don't agree with that. Do I think Juleson? Are you asking me? Do I think Juleson was a mistake? It's not that he was a mistake. He's only played more than a handful of games, but I mean, he hasn't played a full season yet. We don't know how affected he was by that injury. I don't think you bank on anything with Juleson until we see him in camp. But if somebody wants to trade for him, go ahead. I think that's fine. I'm on the fence with, this is Galactic Underwear. Hey, Galactic. I'm on the fence with both Marner and Laine. But if I had to choose, I'd go Marner. Laine is a risk. But if he pans out, Laine could become a 50-goal scorer each season. Yes, but he's a risk. That's the problem. He's a risk. Marner's not a risk. I don't think Marner's going to drop off. Marner's one of those great players. Is he the greatest of all time? No, but he's a great player. He makes everybody he plays with better. He's a really good passer. I think he'd fit in really well, but can we get him? I don't know. They shall trade Victor Mete. I don't know if they're going to trade Mete. Mete's working really hard on his shot. I saw that today. I like Mete. I like his wheels. This guy's got wheels. So if you're going to play him with somebody like Weber, you're going to play with a stay-at-home defenseman. This guy can get back. He can pinch in and get back. He needs to work on that shot. If that shot was a little bit better, he'd have scored a few goals last season. And I think he's a kid. He's 20 years old. He's going to get better. And I did a video about the core players a while back, and I had him as a core player. So no, I like Mete. 12 million for Marner is just crazy. Well, it is, Johnny. But I mean, if you're going to offer sheet Marner, you got to give him 12, maybe 12.5. You got to, or else don't bother doing it. That's what I say. But I agree with you. $12 million. Yeah, I agree with you. Frank the Tank, do you think there is any truth to the rumor we offered Point a contract? Um, I don't know. I saw it on a semi-reputable, I mean, a reputable place, but I don't know if they were getting it from a rumor. So I don't know. But um, the hockey guy was talking in that video I mentioned earlier. He was talking about Braden Point, and he said he's heard nothing about offer sheets because Tampa will match. And Point has to sign, and the rumor said he didn't want to. But Tampa will match, so it doesn't pay to do it. Apparently, anyways, Tampa will match. They're not going to let Braden Point go, which is what Toronto will probably do. So even if we offer Shea Barner, Toronto's probably going to match. But the good part of that is you kind of hurt their team, so you've accomplished something. Okay, Habination said that's fine, but I don't. At this point, I'm sorry, I don't remember why that's fine. You don't gotta agree. Well, Habination, of course, you have your own opinion. Let me state this right now on this channel. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody's opinion is fine. I'm not going to put anybody down for their opinion. I will argue against it if I disagree. But of course, I want different opinions, or we have nothing. If we're all just going yes, 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 it's to each other, what's the use? So don't worry. Twirly, well, you don't know Hab Nation. You can't say that. You don't know what his education is. That's not fair. I don't really like that, putting people down for anything. So your opinion, your whatever, don't put people down here. I don't like that. Todd, Weber or PK? Weber. Weber. There's a reason PK got traded. And I'm not putting PK down. I like PK. I liked him when he was here. He was my favorite Hab when he was here. So I'm not putting him down, but they didn't just trade him for the cap space. They could have made other moves. They traded him for other reasons, like the reason that he was traded from here, I would imagine. He's a character. He's flamboyant. He's whatever. It doesn't work all the time everywhere. Apparently, though, New Jersey looks like a good fit, so we'll see. But PK as a player, I have no problem with him. He's still a top defenseman. But I'm still happy we have Weber. I like Weber's all-around game. I just like Weber, his personality. He's a real captain. Hab Nation, yeah. Just like I think I know what I'm talking about. I agree. You know what you're talking about. There's no doubt. We all do. And we still can have different opinions. There's no problem with that. Everybody we could all know hockey really well, watch the same game and come away 10 different people with 10 different opinions on things. So, that's why debate is fun. How do I think Price will be next year? Charlie Vlogs. Hey, Charlie Vlogs. I believe Price should be like Price was this year. Not at the beginning of the year, but near the end. He's still in his prime. He's a great goaltender. I think Price is going to be fine. Abby Nation, the bagels. I've been making bread and pizza dough, so I've made bagels before. That's not a problem. I might make some bagels. If I do, I'll save one at least for the next stream when I do them. I'm not saying I'm doing them this week, and I'll show you guys. But I make bagels. I was able to at some point to be a professional bagel roller. You got to roll three bagels. I think it's 3 or 4 bagels a minute. Maybe as many as 5. Anyway, I was able to roll just get there. It's not easy, but yeah, I can roll bagels. I can make bagels. James, my youngest son is James. Hey, do you think the Habs will trade Thompson and Hudon, maybe Drouin? Okay, let's start with Hudon. Hudon went for arbitration. I'm gonna have to roll up here so I don't lose this. In arbitration, if it gets to the arbitration, I don't think he's going to win. But if he does win, I think the Habs are going to walk away from him, and he'll be a free agent. If he doesn't win, I don't think he's got a big role here in Montreal. So I guess he'll go to camp and see, or he might be put into a trade. Drouin, I'd like to see him involved in a trade. If the team stays as it is, I'm okay with giving him another year. What are you going to do? But his trade value is at its highest. So, and Thompson, yeah, with all this the centers coming in. I don't know what's with Thompson. Um, they might keep him around, as one of the players in the press box for a while. His experience in the room and all that's really good. He's good as a mentor for a lot of the defensemen, and he may get traded. I don't know. There's a lot of centers that came in, so I imagine things are changing there. I don't know. Let's see now. You think Sergachev for Drouin was a huge mistake? I'm not sure. Look, I don't follow Sergachev, but everything I hear, it's about even. I don't think he's killing it over there, and Drouin's not killing it over here, so I think that one's still open. Give it one more year. Maybe we got to answer that one after this season, see what Drouin does. And like I said, I don't really follow Sergachev, but from what I can tell, it's about even so far. If an offer sheet is on Bergie's mind, you won't make the same mistake with Aho. That's right. Either you go all in or don't offer sheet at all and try and trade. Yeah, I agree. And I'd rather the trade route because you don't screw up. You don't screw with the money you've got. They don't. They got what, $7.5 million left. I don't know. I'd rather keep that around. You got a lot of guys to pay. I've said that I know many times. Let's see now. Let's go back. Johnny Golden. My bet is MB is waiting for his cap space and draft picks to be unfrozen. Yeah, well, I get that. And I said that in my last video. Possible he already has. Yeah, I read that too. I read that on Twitter just before, while I was sitting here the hour before. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we're going to hear of any offer sheets till Monday or after Monday, because I don't. What if Carolina doesn't match? What happens if they offer sheet Marner, Toronto doesn't match, Carolina doesn't match? What do we do? Yeah, we got great players, but we're not going to be able to put anybody around them. So I would think you got to wait. Admin, well, you're a moderator if you want. You can, I guess, you can refuse. But I've started to get a few. If anybody is upset that they didn't get moderator, it's just because it's hard to do for some people. People that I like your comments, I think you're level-headed. You're not going to troll me, obviously. So I've made a few moderators. You guys can accept or not. Help me out with the trolls. I think that's what it does. Anyways, I was advised to make some people moderators. So yeah. Philly 5-0, sup? I saw you on a Twitter post. They used something from you on a Twitter post. It was funny. Charlie Vlogs, thanks for answering my question. I try to answer everybody's questions. I know the hockey guy, he's got so many people that ask questions. He can't answer everything. Right now, I'm able to. As I grow, it's going to be harder, but I'm going to try. But yeah, just like my comments, if I miss a comment, it's not my fault. Especially if you're replying to somebody else's comments, I might miss something there. If you're replying to, when I make a comment, if you make a reply directly to that, sometimes I might not see that because it gets buried. So I can give you guys some advice with comments. Don't reply to the one I put up. Put your own separately. I see it for sure. If you do the other way, I sometimes don't see it. And I apologize for that, but I try to do my best on that. Let's see now. Levi, so you're confused. Has Carolina really matched the offer sheet or not? No, they haven't matched yet. They don't have to till Monday. What they have done is come out and say that they will match it. But obviously that means Monday they could still maybe not match it. I don't know. So it would be kind of a nice surprise if we find out Monday they didn't match. I don't know. I don't know if you watched my last video, and it was at like minute 5 of 7 and change. So I don't know how many people got that far, honestly. But I made it a bit of a challenge. If you watch Twitter, the Carolina fans are all saying that the minute there's a player that they can offer sheet, they're going to watch and see we're going to offer sheet. Well, 3 guys just went to arbitration, which means they can get offer sheets and they can sign them. So I said, well, let's see. Put your money where your mouths are, Canes fans. When really the offer sheet Bergie made to them actually helped them out. And they say, well, he would have signed for 8 years. If he wants to leave, if he's trying to leave and go to Montreal, how do you know he was going to sign for 8 years? I don't know that. So maybe we did you a favor. By now you know what he's going to make. You got him for 5 years. You didn't have to negotiate a thing. So yeah. Let's see now. You're close to 1,000 subs. Well, I'm close, but I'm not close. But I'm getting there. You've got 3,000. Cool. Want to give me a few? Let me send a few over mine. No. But gaming, yeah, gaming. Thanks. By the way, thanks, Galactic. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm working at it. And if anybody's wondering, once I hit it, I'm not going to stop because that's dumb. But yeah, I'm approaching it. Gaming's going to be a little risky, no, the way YouTube's doing things. But hey, I wish you all the luck. All that copyright stuff is the problem, eh? Same thing for me. I got very minor copyright problems, I guess, and I don't think the Habs would do anything if they use their logo in my. I don't think they would because it promotes them. I never talk bad about them, stuff like that. So, but yeah, gaming I hear is a. So good luck with that. Good luck, and thanks for being here, right? Steven, I think they should put Paling with Caulfield together. Yeah, well, don't rush Caulfield. Don't rush him yet. I think he might get a game or two, maybe as much as the 9 that they're allowed before they have to keep them. I wouldn't rush him though. And Paling I think is on. I think he's on the team. I don't think he's any longer a prospect, even though he was in development camp. I think that's his last one. Unless he has like a really horrible camp and a really horrible start to the season, which I doubt because he really looks good and ready and pumped. They did a good development. I know they didn't do it. He was in college, but it was really good development for this kid. Hab Nation, they should play Drouin at right wing, but he's a left winger. You know, maybe he can't play right wing. I don't know what shot he is though. I can't remember. Is he a left shot? Imagine if he's a left-hand shot, you could do it. I need a new mouse because this one won't roll properly. Did I miss something? I'm sorry if I did. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to trade for Lonnie before offer sheeting him. Lonnie for Drouin first, and Ikonen or Lonen. I would do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Advent. I would do that. And the rumor is that he's trying to trade instead of offer sheet. And I think you know what? I really think the trade route. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. I really think the trade route is the way to go anyway. So if you could do that, and I like that. That doesn't give up anybody too bad. I don't mind getting rid of bugs. My window's open. Yeah, I don't mind that. Sorry, I spilled water on something. I can't let it get wet. Not a good idea. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's see now. Yeah, so Drouin right wing, I don't know. I mean, I think he's a left shot anyway. I don't know how that'll work, and I don't know if he's ever played the right side, because some guys can't, and he's got enough to worry about. I don't know if I want to switch wings. I like to switch teams with him. Let's see. How much does Lehkonen want? I've not heard. No, you know what? Nothing. I've heard nothing either. And I try to find that out, but I've heard nothing. From the look of it, though, I would say they're definitely going to sign Armia, but they're going to wait. They're going to try to sign Lehkonen first. I don't know. What do you think he should get? I would imagine, considering, I mean, he hasn't really shown everything. I'd offer him a bridge deal, 3 years. Try to get him under 3 million, 2 million, 2.5. See if he goes for that. That's what I'd like to see. Although at this point, it's arbitration. That's true. What am I even talking about? It's what Lehkonen asked for, or what the Habs offer, and that's it. So I don't know what the Habs are going to offer. I don't know. But I would think Lekkman has got to be looking for 3 to 4 million. Let's see. Drouin is currently working on his conditioning. Yeah, because his conditioning is going to change everything. Watch and see now. Yeah. What do you guys think about that one? You think if he's in better condition, he's going to have more heart, more desire, more compete? I mean, a guy that's not in perfect condition can show that he's got compete. Maybe he doesn't do the job, but you can see whether he's competing or not. You don't see that with Drouin. So, sorry. Any Drouin likers out there, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. For a typical Canadian saying sorry for an opinion. Frank the Tank, the Jets are in a tight spot. They have 15 players signed with 22 million left. They have to sign Line, Connor. If MB wants to offer sheet, he should wait until one signs and offer sheet the other. Yeah, and I really wonder what Connor's going to ask for. I would think Connor's not going to come cheap. He must want a good payday too. He looks like he's going to be a good player, and yeah, they might do that. I don't know. I don't know how long can they do the offer sheet stuff. I guess right up until, I guess. Anyways, I don't know. As long as the guy's not signed and the team doesn't sign him, they can offer sheet. So we'll see. Okay, Advin, no problem. You're welcome. That's it. Just try your best. So far, so good. Nothing. No hidden comments today. And Hab Nation, trolling is fun. It's only esport. No, I get that. It's how you troll. You're okay. You don't do anything nasty. You control. You have your opinion. I'm good with that. It's when you know, trolling is when it really gets nasty. I had a little bit of that. David Bridges, who's a member now, he did that his first couple of times, but I think he's on the right track now, and I'm happy to have him around as long as you're not trolling. But yeah, sucks. But you just block it out. That's all. I don't care about it. Do you think the defense is good right now for the Habs for next season, or should there be a trade? The thought is out there that they're going to do something on the D. I think it's good enough to start the season anyway. Unless, of course, look, if you find a player that you can get that improves your defense, you've got to do it. You got to improve your team. If they can't find that, I think the addition of Sherratt, the signing of Riley as the fourth guy on the left side, you have Folan as the fourth guy on the right side, and even if he's the third guy, he showed he can do that. I think you're okay. You're a little bit better because Sherratt's a good shutdown kind of guy. I read a stat where when he's on the ice defending, the attacking team, the chances they get are the not as good chance. I forget how it was termed, and the really high level chances, he cuts down on those. So we got ourselves a really good guy, and protecting Carey Price, there's a guy you're gonna. That's his job. They got him for that too. So. Yeah, I like that. I think we've moved up. We didn't get the guy we wanted. No, we're not going to. That's obvious. I think when they signed Sherratt, you kind of knew they weren't going to get a Gossens beer or anything like that. So, yeah, I think we're okay there. I think we'll be just fine. And I'm not one that says Mete can't do it. He was okay last year, and I think he's going to get better, and he's got the wheels. I love Mete's skating. Okay, let me see. I got to scroll down a little bit to get more. Yeah, okay, not working. Okay. Let me see now. If I cut anybody's questions off, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Nobody wants to go to Carolina. True. Apparently, it's not a great management there. I don't think KK or Domi would accept any offer sheet. I don't think either. Maybe if the money is 10.5, yeah, but I would give 4. I would give 4 first for KK or Domi. I guess at some point, if a team offers you ridiculous money, I don't know. Then it's your integrity. Do you want to go to a team just for the money, but you know it's not going to be a great experience? Or do you want to stay with a team that you got a chance to do something for a little less money? I go for the less money and the chance to do something. So, I like Line at 9 mil. We need more score. We need goal scoring. He scores more than Marner. No, I get that. I still think 9 is too much. I like Line at 7, but I mean, if you offer 7, you're not going to get him. I agree with that. So, and honestly, I don't know if 9 million is enough to make the offer sheet and get him. I think you got to go 10. So yeah, I rather they don't go for the offer sheet on Line at all, Johnny. Honestly, or Marner. I kind of rather they don't. Habitation left, yes, but he played right wing in Tampa. Um, who was in Tampa that we have here? That I'm missing it. Why am I missing out on that? Who played right wing? Refresh me. Are we talking about Nick Cousins? I'm sorry, Hab Nation. Nick Cousins. No, he was in Philadelphia. Tampa. Are we? I don't know who we're talking about. Who did we get from Tampa? I'm totally blanking. Sorry, guys. So leave me down there and let me know who you're talking about, and I'll answer it. Galactic Frank. Frank, you agree? Who's okay? I'm having a bad night. It's easier to get Line than Marner, but Marner is a better player overall, and Line is a risk, and that's the truth. Yeah, as long as we get another D. I don't know if we need another D, but yeah. And I honestly, I'm not 100% sure Line is easier to get than Marner. If you offer Marner the 12.5, I don't know that Toronto can match. I really don't. Marner's the playmaker every team needs. His value is way too high. Agreed. He is that guy every team needs and every team wants right now. There's no doubt about that. Is this your window? Aren't you living in Montreal? How is this sunny outside at 21? No, those are my lights. Yeah, I know. It looks like it's sunny. No, I got a lot of lights on. Let's see. Let me lift it a little bit. Okay. Lehkonen under 3 for sure. Well, I would think Lehkonen under 3. 3 years, somewhere around 2.5 million. Mark Contois, hey guy, I don't know if I've seen you before, Mark. Thanks for coming in. I'm expecting KK to lose his baby deer legs this season. Yes. Well, I expect KK will be a lot better. And you know, it would not even surprise me if maybe not at the start of the season, but at some point there's a shift and KK's the second line center and Paling moves into third line. Although I don't know how the season's going to start either. So, but KK is going to be second line center within not this season, the next one. As long as they don't go sign some big name center for a long period of time, which they didn't, and I'm glad they didn't. I give them 4 years at 2.8. Yeah, no, that's between 2 and 3 is fine. And 4 years, I mean, I'd go 4 years. I'm just saying a bridge contract's usually about 3. But I'd go 4 years on Lehkonen. Galactic, I'm pretty sure Bergie will get at least 1 or 2 more players here. I guess depends, but I don't think it's going to be any flashy stuff. He hasn't really so far. And good players he finds. I don't know how he does it, but he manages to bring in really good guys that you may have heard of, but you don't really know a lot about. And I'm speaking, I guess, for myself. I don't really mean to speak for everybody else, but let's see. Yeah, Johnny, yeah, Jerome working on conditioning. Justin Bowl. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Sorry. And welcome. Baby deer legs, yeah. His knee surgery apparently is not going to affect any of his off-season training or that he will make training camp. I mean, that's what they said. I've heard 0 updates on that. So I would imagine that it's all good. Hey, Ray, you got to stay there. I'm doing a video. I'm on live stream, Ray. My dog wants to come into the video. Let's see. Hab Nation, don't answer. You're rambling. Well, so am I sometimes. So let's ramble together. Don't worry. If I find it's not like a viable question or ramble, whatever, I won't. But don't worry. You think MB tells any current RFA Habs that if they sign an offer sheet, there's a chance he doesn't match based on principle, and or of a if you don't want to play here, then leave a mentality? You know what? A guy who's put out an offer sheet shouldn't have that. Shouldn't be saying that to other people. I mean, if you've made an offer sheet, you can't tell your players that you're a traitor if you sign an offer sheet, but you did to somebody else. I mean, turnaround's fair play. Is that what they call it? I would hope he didn't do that. I hope he has more character than that. I wish the Habs didn't trade Shaw unless they had a certain plan because he brought a great locker room presence and had a good season. Yeah, I think that's why they picked up Nick Cousins. I think he's going to get some water. I think Nick Cousins, excuse me, is going to replace that toughness, that in-your-face style that Shaw had. He might not make it on the second line, but then again, he might. I'll tell you why in a sec. Yeah, I was thirsty. Okay, so Nick Cousins. Like Jordan Wheel last year, I think Cousins hasn't really found a fit and could do a little better. I'm not saying a whole lot better, but he put up 27 points. I don't see a reason why he couldn't add 10 to that, playing in the right situation. And on the second line, I think it's a possibility that he could play there. I see him more third or fourth line, but depending on the game he brings. But in junior, he had pretty good numbers in junior, like really good numbers. So he may be one of those. And also, I mean, we're still waiting to see. We haven't seen Wheel for a full year. So I think those two guys might surprise us this year with what they bring. I know Max Domi loves Nick Cousins. He put out a tweet on Twitter saying, "Hey, Montreal, wait till you see what you got in this guy. He really loves him." So I think he replaces a lot of what Andrew Shaw did. Maybe not the offense that Andrew Shaw had last year, but that could have been a one out for Andrew Shaw also, and he could have gone back into the 30s as well. So I don't know. I think we're okay without Shaw. Let's see what went up. Okay, that I read. Shaw's done. He got injured too much. Yeah, well, that's the risk with Shaw. But I think that's the reason why Bergie really made the move. He didn't want to risk Shaw getting hurt next year and not having anything for him. So he got something for him, and he brought in Nick Cousins to replace him. So I wonder, though, if he was. I wonder if they were already negotiating with Cousins. No, they couldn't have, I guess, but they must have had that in mind. Because I think that's why they brought Cousins in. And he's a former line mate of Domi. I wonder, that's what makes me wonder if they might try him that high up. But I don't know. I would try to sign Connor before Line. He is better at both ends of the ice and already has two 30-goal seasons. But only once they signed Line. Yeah. Well, if you want to go way back into video, I can't remember the damn name of the video, but that was my pick for. Yeah, I guess it was the only one I did on RFAs. So I did a video on RFAs, and Kyle Connor was the guy I found. I didn't know anything about him before I did that video, but in the research, I like Connor. And if I were the Jets, I don't know. I don't think Connor's much of a risk. I think he's going to get better. And Line might be still only a 30-goal scorer like he scored last season. That might be it now. That 44 might be a fluke. I don't know. I'll tell you what, the Jets have some decisions to make. Lehkonen is going to break out this year. Yeah, Johnny, I kind of agree. But it seems like, well, it's rumors. Remember, we were just talking about that, rumors and speculation. But the rumor mill on Twitter and stuff seems to think that Lehkonen might be the guy that goes. Excuse me. But I mean, if you sign Lehkonen and Armia, I mean, I don't see them bringing anybody else in. But I agree. I think Lehkonen and Armia both are going to have breakout years if handled right. And yeah. Let's see. Habs Nation. I like Cousins' game. I haven't really watched Nick Cousins. I didn't really look at it. I saw a couple of highlights. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to trust in Max Domi that this guy's going to bring something to the table. And from what I've read about him and everything, yeah, I like what I hear and what I hope is coming. He has the shot to do some damage. Yeah, he has a good shot. Apparently, he has a good shot, and he's good at setting guys up for shots. So Cousins was a 100-point man in Major Junior. Yes, he was. Like Wheel, these guys just haven't found the right fit yet. Yes, Johnny, that's what I was saying. And yes, I think I said it in the video today that that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to be like Jordan Wheel. He's going to show us more than he's shown on any other team because he hasn't had the right team around him and fit in properly. And I have a feeling he will here. And that's not to say that I kind of see Cousins. I kind of see Cousins taking Thompson's place, fourth line center. And I kind of hope. I mean, if that's the case, Tayling's probably third line center, and KK would be second, with Domi switched over to the wing. So that I'm kind of working on it now, and I know I'm working on a lot of videos that haven't come out yet. I get that. Sometimes I get blocks and I got to work on them later. But I started it this morning, what I did was I took the lineup from last year and left the holes that we have now. So who's still here, whatever. And I'm going to try to see if we can project with what we know right now, who's going to fill in those holes. So I'm working on it right now. Let's see where it was. Cousins way cheaper, and we got draft picks. Yeah, I like that trade. Well, it was not a trade. I like the signing. It's a 1 year. You're not committed to the guy for long. If he craps out, $1 million, it's nothing. And if he's good, you re-sign him next year. That's all. And if he's really good during the season, you re-sign him during the season so it doesn't get past that. Shaw is injury prone, although he was a great leader. I didn't like the penalties he took. With a guy who plays that way, I imagine Nick Cousins, that's his name, is going to give us some penalties that we might not like either. But he had only, I think, 35 last season, not a lot. So maybe, but I agree with you. Andrew Shaw got some dumb penalties because that's the kind of game he played. He got away with himself. His emotions. He played a very emotional game, but he was really good in the room, and the guys loved him, from what I can tell. So basically, Cousins plus 2-3 draft picks for Shaw. Well, I mean, you can't really look at it that way because Cousins was a UFA signing, so not the same thing to say that. But I mean, Cousins to replace Shaw, and then we got the 3 draft picks for Shaw, yes, but I don't see it that way. And you never know, one of those draft picks could bring in somebody really good. Let's see, I followed Arizona after Chucky went there. I watched them a bit. I didn't really, I think I saw like 2 games, and I don't remember how I saw them. Chucky just looked weird in Arizona. Like, I gotta say, he really kind of looked weird there. And yeah, we'll see how he does in Pittsburgh. It's freaking hot here. I'm going through a lot of water. Let's see. Has Markov signed somewhere in the KHL, or is he still a free agent? I imagine he's a free agent because I get everything Habs that I can find, and I haven't seen anything about Markov in a little while. I would say don't think about Markov. Or Markov could be the kind of guy that they're hoping if there's an emergency or they decide in training camp that they can use him on the power play and stuff, they might sign him then, but don't expect anything till then, I would think. What about a Nikita Gusev trade for Montreal, maybe first-line center potential? Yeah, you're talking about Golden Knights there, Advin, aren't you? I don't really know a lot about Gusev, but it seems like that would be a really good move if they could do it. Are the Knights going to give up a Gusev? I don't know. Am I right? It's the Vegas Golden Knights? Correct me, somebody, if I'm wrong. Excuse me. I just ate not too long before the show. Let's see. Will Suzuki make the team, possibly on the wing? You know, I don't... on the wing, no. He was interviewed at the development camp, and they asked him that. And he said the Habs were talking to him about being a center. They were looking to develop him as a center. So that tells me this. Unless Suzuki has the kind of camp that you got to just say, ooh, we got to have this kid on the team. He's going to be number one center down in Laval for a year. And I don't really disagree with that, because if you're going to play him at center, and if you go back to my videos where I talk about Suzuki, I do say I think if he's going to make the team, it's going to be on the wing. But the Habs have told him that he's going to be a center. So, yeah, I would think they're going to start him in Laval. He may get a couple of games, or the 9 games at the beginning of the year. I don't know, but I say he's going to do the whole year at Laval unless there's an emergency call-up that they need him, or he really kills it so badly at Laval that they got to bring him up. Let's see. I think if Line A is rumored, I agree trade is better, because our cap space is going to get used soon when Domi KK. That's it, you know. So if you spend all the money now on Line A or whoever, and even if it was Aho, I mean, we were going to do that. Yeah, you know, a couple years down the road, you're kind of screwed for what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah, possibly Shaw would have taken a step backward anyway. Yeah, I mean, it was a career year. I think in assists and points, because I think he scored 20 goals one year. So that was it. But yeah, I mean, he could easily revert back to 31, 32 points. And how happy would we be if that happened, right? And honestly, 31 points. Cousins scored 27. He can get 31 points. It's possible, right? He can get 35. But is a player who gets 35 points a second-line winger? I don't know. That's third-line winger, I mean. If Bergie signed Markov, I bet I'd get off his Batinsky. Oh, what you want Markov to come in? Okay, so do me this favor. Tell me why. Why do you want Markov? I mean, I get it if it's to fix the power play. I mean, I get that. But how are you going to be? Is he going to fill a spot? Because remember, if you play him for the power play, and that's why you're playing him, that means you're running 5 defensemen for everything else, which is fine for a while, but I don't know. And can he keep up? And can he play a regular shift or a semi-regular shift at least? I don't know. So tell me why you wanted to have Markov. I'd like to know. Gusev is Golden Knight, so I'm right. He's RFA. That's right. He wants $4 million. Knights want to give him 2. KHL scoring leader and Olympic scoring leader. If you give him $4 million and trade for him, Knight looking to trade him. Knight's looking to trade him. Yeah. Thing is, you think they'd want Suzuki back? I kind of think they'd probably want to insist that Nick Suzuki comes back. So that would be my only thing. I wouldn't want to give Nick Suzuki back as a trade. So, yeah. What do you think? You think they're going to ask for Suzuki, right? The Knights don't have the cap to sign him. I know. The Knights don't have cap space at all. And not only that they don't have cap space, you're allowed to go 10% over the cap for the offseason. I think that's used up too. I don't think they have any room to move. If they're going to make any trade like that or any deal, they got to get some cap space started by getting rid of somebody, or you got to take all the contract and hold some of the guy that's coming there, you got to hold some of their contract. Like a Drouin, you might have to hold a couple million. Please no Markov. That's crazy talk. Well, you know, I wouldn't say crazy talk, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think he's I love Markov. I have nothing against Markov as a player when he was here, but 3 years later, I don't know. Well, if it's just to say goodbye like Pleck, okay, I get that. That's fine with me. I get that. That's a good point, Hab Nation. If they do that, I'd be happy with that. I think that's fair. He deserves that. But if they're signing him to play him all year, I don't like it. 5 games, send him to Laval, league minimum. Okay, now who are we talking about? Is that Markov you're talking about, or we're talking about Suzuki? 5 games, send him to Laval. Oh, you mean start him, give him 5 games? Oh, yeah, I don't see why he couldn't play 5 games like that. I agree. I would agree with that. That wouldn't bother me, but as long as it's known that's what he's doing. He's coming here to play 5 games, and he's retiring. I'm okay with it. But if he's coming here to play the whole year, I don't know. I don't know. I've said that enough. Do I think Suzuki is on the Habs, or if on the Habs, will play the wing or center? Well, I felt that he was going to play the wing until I saw the interview at development camp where he said that they wanted to be a center. So, yeah, I would have to think he's going to be a center, which is where I want him to be. I want him to be a center. A guy that can distribute the puck the way he does, that can stick handle the way he does, that can slow the game down the way he does, needs to be a center. I don't think Gusev is worth that much. He hasn't played any games in the NHL. He's like the Radulov. I would give the Knights a second and a prospect like Aikinen. Okay, you see, I didn't know much about Gusev. So I heard of this. I didn't know it was him. I mean, yeah, he hasn't played in the NHL yet. So, yeah, it's a tough one. But no, you're not giving up too much for a guy that hasn't played in the NHL yet. That's for sure. Gusev is a Panarin-style player. He's a good choice. Yes, but he hasn't played in the NHL yet. We don't know for sure. To give up so much for a guy that hasn't played an NHL game is ridiculous. I still hold a grudge against Berge for Radulov and Markov. I don't really for Markov, although it's too bad that happened. Radulov, yes. Radulov should never have been let go. Let's see, Justin, defense is not the problem on power play. They need to figure out their power play during preseason. It's probably the reason they didn't make the playoffs. Well, yeah. There were a couple of reasons, but the power play was the biggest reason why, I think. I'd be surprised if they don't fix that up. On the power play, Nick Cousins is going to be a good help. Apparently, he's really great in front of getting to the crease and getting in there, blocking the goalie, screening the goalie, finding deflections and tip-ins and stuff like that. So, yeah. Power play has to be improved. Has to. Gusev is really good. Hey, Johnny. Johnny. Gusev is really sorry. 82 points in 62 games in the KHL. 26 years old. Shoots right. If we trade him, try to also get Schultz. Okay, that's another guy I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but how does that translate directly to the NHL? We don't know. Remember, KHL is KHL. It's not to say it's a bad league, but it's not the NHL. So, yeah, he's a good prospect, but he hasn't played here yet. And if you haven't played in the NHL, you're still a prospect. Doesn't matter where you come from or what your age is. Let's see, James. I was just, I said that not too long ago here. If Habs don't get Aho, KK on the second line. Yeah, the video I was talking about where I'm trying to figure out what maybe the lineups might look like based on the guys that are here. I kind of think KK might be a second liner. Depends on who comes in and who has to go. But if it's not at the start of the season, though, I think maybe by the end of the season, KK will be the second line center. Yes, 80 points in 60 games in KHL is still really good. I'm not saying no. But it's just, who do you give up to get that? It's still a bit of an unknown. Yes, he'll get some points. Obviously, we know that. He's going to get some points. Okay. But what do you give up for that? You don't give away, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't break the bank to get a guy that's unproven. That's what the point is. That I guess I'm making now, and I forget who it was on there that made that point. David, hey David. We still could sign Gardner after Aho is matched. Yes, we still could sign Gardner. I kind of think if they were going to sign Gardner, they'd have done it already, so I don't know. But they may be waiting, and not that it's a chance somebody else could sign Gardner, but they may not have had. They may have. What's the word what I'm looking to say? Sorry, I don't mean to stumble over it, but I want to get it right. They may have been thinking that wait and see what they've got done, what's happening. If Gardner is still there by a certain time, they're going to go after him. I think that's a possibility. I don't know if they've been constantly negotiating this whole time. I would have to think that maybe those negotiations, if that was happening, didn't go as well as could be because we picked up Sherratt. So I don't know. I would think that the negotiations with Gardner didn't go well, and that's why they went and signed Sherratt when they did. That's my take on it, although Sherratt fills a different kind of hole than Gardner would, so I could be totally wrong on it. Where was I? Gusev, 16 points in 10 games at the World Championships. Yeah. And look, that's a really good indicator that he's going to be good. I get it. But that doesn't change the fact that even if you're agent, you got to admit, he hasn't played in the NHL. You can't be asking the same kind of money or deal that you're asking that a guy that's played at least a couple of years could ask. That's my opinion. As I said, I may be wrong. And I said earlier, excuse me, I'm eating a mint. It's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. But, so I think we can compare with Radulov for the NHL KHL comparison. We paid Radulov $5.75. 1 year, I'd give Gusev $4 million any day. Yeah, considering a couple of years later, the money and everything, it sounds like $4 million is probably pretty good. Yeah, I'd go for that. Philly 5-0, offer sheet Marner 10.5, mess up the Leafs real good. Yes, that's what I was saying that. Although I don't think 10.5 is enough to mess them up. You got to go 12.5. You offer sheet them at 12.5. If they match, they're got to trade some people and bring in, and they're already doing this, by the way. They're bringing guys in at the minimum. They're going to have a team of minimum, and they're big guys, which they're not going to win. So you're hurting the team either way. And if they don't match, you get Marner, who quite frankly is probably worth the 12.5. And the draft picks you're going to give up to once you get Marner, you're going to be high enough in the standing. Those draft picks aren't going to be that great anyway. So you're not giving up as much as you're getting, I think. So I was thinking about it, and I've heard this in a couple of other places. And that makes a lot of sense that a guy like Marner really improves your team enough that, you're going to make the playoffs. You're going to probably do some damage, especially the team Montreal has. They just need a player like that. That's all we're missing basically with it, I think, and yeah, so that draft pick is not going to be a top 10 draft pick. So that's something to think about. Gardner has, okay, first of all, Advent says, okay, David wants to get off of hockey. He likes his Southern rock music. I love Southern rock too. Okay, Advent, I don't want Gardner. I would pay him $5 million, so I know I won't get him. I don't know enough about Gardner, to be honest with you, but yeah, I wouldn't go too high on Gardner. He made 4.5 last year. I would say 5.5 is the top I would want to go, and the 5-year contract seems to be the contract that is in vogue right now. So Gardner, Gardner has injury issues. and I'm sure he's looking for over $6 million a year, which is way overpaid for a D of his caliber. Well, that's what I mean. We're hearing is that six, and you know what? With everybody else signed, and he's still out there. Sometimes the offer price or the asking price might go up a little bit. So until later, because don't forget, this is really early. He's not going to drop his asking price that much yet, if he drops it at all. But later down the road, if he's still out there, his asking price would probably come down. I don't think. Um, I don't think we need Gardner. I think Mete should grow. Yeah, I agree. Mete is going to be enough. And I do believe, I think Mete is growing into a top four defenseman. Look, he's got elite skating wheels. I mean, he's got skating wheels. He's got elite wheels. He can move. That's literally that's elite level. He's his game is coming. He's 20 years old. He's a defenseman. Give him 3-4 years up there. We don't have anybody better than him to fill that spot. And unless they do get somebody, I like Mete there. I wouldn't want Mete anywhere else unless there's somebody that can replace him. That's good water. Let's see. Sebastian Shaw, Marner, Line, neither. If you're going to offer sheet, I've been saying, if you're going to offer sheet Marner at the right price, because you get him or you hurt the Leafs a lot if they have to match. So Liney's the way to go. I mean, Liney's not the way to go because to me, he's a bit risky, and the money you got to offer him is too much for a guy who's a little bit risky right now. If this was next season, and Line had a really good season, a comeback, and he was doing that's different. But after the season he has, I would want to see him play another season before I would want to sign him. Yeah, where was I? You would pay Philly would pay Gardner minimum wage. Yeah, if only we could get him for that. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, they sign him right away. No problem. Go get him right now. Let's see. Angus Beef. Hey, Angus. Got first draft pick Cole Caulfield and Canadians. You got that? Did you pick? You said they were going to get Caulfield. Is that what you mean? If so, congrats. Nobody would have thought that going into it anyway. Frank the Tank. Gardner was seen as the best D-man available. He must be asking for too much if he's still available. His price should go down if he doesn't sign soon. Well, when you say he doesn't sign soon, he's got some time. What's the rush? He can sign by early August. He's fine. But yeah, I would think that's a sign that he's asking for too much. Yeah, which his problem. I mean, you've got to go with the flow. See. Okay, wait. That's why. I'm wondering why I read everything. I would like to offer sheet Marner like 12 million just to screw up their salary. But I want them to match because I don't want to pay 4 firsts for Marner. Just want to. Yeah, but you can't guarantee they'll match. You know, that's the problem. So you got to be willing to give up the 4 firsts. Let's see. What's the deal with Roman? Well, is he signed? Yeah, he signed in the KHL. I think maybe 2 more seasons. So, but I'm not sure if it's 1. We got to wait 1 and we get him in 2 seasons, or we got to wait 2 more. It might be just that we wait 1, but he's signed in the KHL. So it's 1 or 2 more seasons, and then he can come here. And apparently he was here for the development camp, but obviously wasn't to play in the development camp. He's not allowed. He was here for some other reason to meet with people. The timing was just coincidental. Um, Well, okay, Marner will probably want 5 years, so 4 first for 5 years. Marner isn't good. You may be right, but I wouldn't give Marner a 5-year offer sheet either. It would have to be full 7. I would want 7. No, if you're going to give him 12.5, you're giving him a 7-year offer sheet. If he doesn't sign it, he doesn't sign it. Romanov can't practice in North America like he did in Brassard, but he can practice, right? But he can't play a game is it for injury reasons? Okay. And still 1 left in KHL. So there you go. 1 year left in the KHL, and he can't play over here in case he injures himself. They don't have an agreement for stuff like that. Something to do with that, an agreement. I guess that's what the agreement. They don't have injuries. How much they'd have to be compensated if a player was injured here. They'd want to be compensated for that. Rick, what do you think about Keith Kincaid signs with Montreal Canadiens? I like that. I like Keith Kincaid signing here. He's going to play probably 20, 25 games. I believe he is capable. Numbers last year sucked, but look who he played for. So you got to take that into account. I think he's for the what did we sign? 1 year, wasn't it? 1 year. How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? You got Lindgren to back that up. Lindgren's going to show what he's got in camp. So if Kincaid goes south, he's got Lindgren. So I kind of think you're okay. I don't know a lot. I was going to do a piece on Kincaid, but the thing is with this, if I'm not able to get onto a piece like pretty much right away, it's kind of not worth doing. And I don't mean it to say I am view hungry. It's nice to get views. Believe me, it's nice. I'm not going to say it's not nice. But not a lot of people watch it. It doesn't really do much for my channel. If I have time and it's not a problem, I will do them. I did a few like that already. But I didn't really have time and I didn't get around to it. And I don't know if I will. I may do a piece on Kincaid going into the training camp time. That seems to be better timing. I think I'm going to wait till then. When Delorier got traded and even when Shaw got traded, I wasn't I forget what I was doing. I wasn't home. Anyways, it took me a while to get those videos out. And I was told on each video that you're a little late to the table there, Rick. So, yeah, I'm late on Kincaid. It's going to stay late. Sorry if I'm rambling, guys. I'm looking at the time. We're going to go another 23 minutes. So we're going to go to a full 90 minutes, which will make it 10:30. Rick, what do you think about? I just answered that. We have a lot of playmakers already. I think we need players like Laine, more of a goal scorer. Yeah, I kind of don't disagree. Although when they were thinking of Duchesne is a goal scorer more than he's a playmaker, and I didn't want him here because of that. But for certain positions, I want playmakers. But yeah, we do have a lot of playmakers, and yeah, we need some finishers. That's and that's why Caulfield was drafted. We need finishers. It might not be this year, but we need finishers. They're always welcome, and we need to find somebody this year who's going to be that finisher. Let's see. Give Gardner 1 year, $12 million. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I imagine that's sarcastic. I hope it was anyway. If it's not, we have. Do you see Brook playing next season, or do you think he will end up in Laval and grow maybe in the top line? Yeah, I kind of do think he'll end up in Laval, at least to start the season. And don't forget, he could make the team because somebody gets injured, so you never know. But I think to start the season, yeah, Brook is going to be in Laval. And I kind of base it, and maybe wrongfully so, on he played, I think, like 8 or 11 games last year at the end of the season for Laval. And he didn't have much impact at all. He didn't produce much in points at all. So I don't know, what's going to happen this season coming. And he's a young guy like that. I'd rather go with Laine. I hope I got that right. I'm sorry. And yeah. You can tell I'm tired. I had a few before. I usually have a few because I get loose and talking is easier for me. Problem is once you get to after an hour talking all day at the end of the night, you get tired. You wouldn't think this is tiring. You're just sitting around talking, but my God, when I'm done this, I am so wiped out. I don't know if it's because of my age. Whatever. It's fun, so it doesn't really matter. Do I think we'll get Liney? I don't. Do I see Lindgren on the move? No, I don't. Because what if Kincaid screws up? And I would like to see Primo stay a full year down in Laval. I don't want to rush him into the NHL, not in the first year. So, no, I'd like to see Lindgren and Primo down there. You have Lindgren if you need him to come up. So, yeah. I love Keith Kincaid. When he was in New Jersey Devils, Keith Kincaid, one of my favorite goalies. Yeah, he's a guy who can come in if the main guy gets hurt. He's a guy who can definitely play 25 games. I like it. It was a good signing. And I don't remember, was it 1 or 2 years? I think it might have been two, right? I don't know. Not great getting old. You forget a lot of things. I haven't been down to the bridge. I don't drive anymore. Can't see very well. Not good enough for driving, especially at night. So I choose. I probably could still drive, obviously, but I choose not to. I use public transit, and it's for the ecology, for reasons like that. And I haven't been on the new bridge, so I don't know. And I haven't heard anything about it. You give $3 to get rid of all the construction, but what will we have back? The Champlain Bridge playing center ice? What do you see happen with uh, all pure fourth line center? Okay, you got to tell me what you mean by that. All pure centers for that are supposed to be on the fourth line. Paling Wheel's not necessarily a center. Sorry, but I think Wheel's natural position is right wing. So, and I see a lot of times people are putting him at center. Yes, he can play center. I think his natural position though is right wing. So, you got to check yourself on that, or just check on it and see if I'm wrong or whatever. But I'm not checking on it right now because I think I've done that check, and yeah, he's more of a right wing. And also, I believe he can play either wing. So, yeah. I don't know if that answers your question. Let's see. I can't even find where I was. Okay, one more move for Bergie. He's looking for offense. Look for line A next week. Hunch only. Okay, Johnny. You feel they're going to get line A? I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, if he does, Bergie is kind of making the offer sheet normalized a bit, in my opinion. Are they planning for another offer sheet? Yeah, we're kind of talking about it. Rumor has it it's going to be either uh, Mitch Marner in Toronto or Patrick Laine from Winnipeg. So we're kind of mulling that over which one they should offer sheet. But that's the big rumor out there is that they're going to make another offer sheet. But I say this, that I don't think they're going to offer sheet anybody until Carolina releases them from the Aho offer sheet. Because if they do, I think it'd be really dumb in case they get both. And then what do? You have a team with 3, 4 less players because you can't afford to pay them. And I don't think you can do that. You have to have them filled out. Who's my favorite player on the Habs right now? It's a good question. I don't like that question because I don't want to be forced into a favorite. I like a lot of players on that team right now, which is probably odd because a couple of years ago when PK was here, I would have said PK without a problem. But, I mean, there's so many guys I like. Yeah, no, I can't answer that. Sorry, but you want to hear who I like? I like Gallagher, Doby. I like Armia and Lehkonen, who turned it around for me last season. I don't know if I liked them as much, but Lehkonen I like now. Obviously, Price. Anyways, so many. I like a lot of them. No, I don't have a favorite right now. Maybe if I had to Max Domi. I like his character. I like his enthusiasm, his energy. I love his skating. I love his strength on the puck. I love the fact that he does all of that and he's a small guy. I like the fact that you take a 6'5" guy and he's in his face and he doesn't back down. Yeah, I guess it's Max Domi. What's my favorite beer? Uh, well, look. It's not that I can't drink. I just can't drink a lot. I'll drink. I find I like to have a beer or two before these live streams. I get nervous and it kind of helps, and I get talkative. My favorite beer is actually a very simple beer. I like Bud or Bud Light or Coors Light. Um, Not because I'm a dual citizen, I'm American. I just like the taste. I don't like Molson products. I don't like the aftertaste. So yeah, I mean, if you have to ask me if I was going to be in a bar, what would I order? It would be one of those four. I love Bergie now. He's not scared to move, and I like that. And he keeps you up in your chair. Yeah, yeah. I like the fact if you saw that news conference after the when they're asking about the offer sheet. Oh my God, he was testy with him a little bit. Yeah. Um, yeah, I like Bergie. I like the moves he's making. I like the guys. He's still bringing in guys where you go, who is that? Why would he do that? And then when you check them out, you go, oh, wow, how did he find that guy? So yeah, I like what he's doing. Let's see now. Wheel is very good at face-offs. Took a lot of draws last year, and I think around. Yeah, I think he was. I think it was 55% really. But yeah, Wheel is. They're listed as centers. It's a good thing to have a winger who can do center because he's more experienced at face-offs and all that. So anytime you can sign a winger that can play center, you're great. Or a center that can play the wing, you're good because you got more options. And I'll tell you something. I don't know if any of you guys play fantasy hockey at all. I do. And when you're playing you got to draft by position. I will always try to find a guy who has multiple positions if I can, because then you have less nights where you have players who can't play. So if you're a fantasy hockey player, that's a tip. If you're playing just for points, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you're playing positional, last year it was positional, the one I won last year. So I had a lot of center right wing, center left wing, right wing. Yeah, because it really helped out. Let's see now. Okay, I caught it. Okay. Will we make the playoff? We will make the. That's a statement. That's right, Johnny. Make it a statement, not a question. I think we will make the playoffs. Yes. Renegade Man, is Carolina going to match the Aho offer or what? Why the wait when they could have done it a long time ago? Well, I mean, think about it. When you make an offer sheet, that money is tied up. So you have taken that money and you have put it and said, this guy is ours until we know he's not, and you can't use it. So the reason why Carolina wouldn't want to say right away, and they have said that they are going to match it, they won't do it officially till the last day, is because you want to hamper Montreal. Montreal just kind of put you in a weird place. I think they're better off, but that's my opinion. You don't want to help them out by going, okay, we're matching right away, and they can go look for somebody else. This way, by the time they're able to go look around, people are gone. So, yeah. How tall am I? I am, well, first of all, I'd say I'm 56 years old. When I was younger, I was 5'9½". Right now, I measure at 5'8". I have some disc problems, and apparently I've shrunk 1.5 inches because of that. Age and discs. Power play will be better. Niemi is gone. KK Mete better. Yep, that's 100% right. The way to look at it, because look, we have young players. They're going to get better year from year, and no one is factoring in those things that players are going to be a little better as well. So yes, David, I like a lot of different beers. One of my favorites, Corona. Yeah, Corona's a good one. I like Corona. It doesn't. You know what another one I like uh, for it's an Australian. I think it's an Australian beer. Um, what Guinness? Guinness was good. I liked it. I also I years ago I used to live at NDG, and I was a janitor in a building. One of the tenants worked at a beer store, a craft store, where they made their own beer. So I go in sometimes just to shoot the shit with them, and we try the different beers. And I like some of those Irish beers and Scottish beers and stuff. Some are heavier, some are lighter. I like it. The hard thing is though getting used to drinking it warm. Yeah, let me see now. If Aho suddenly came, I wouldn't be surprised seeing Dano move during the season. Um, yeah, I mean well, first of all, it won't be Dano. Actually, you got to look at it this way: if Aho comes here, Domi's going to get switched to a wing. That's what I think. So then you wouldn't have to move a Dano. So, and quite frankly, you got Aho and then Dano second line where he probably should be. I like that for next season, and you keep KK third line again one more season, gets those deer legs going and whatever, and that would work for me. Aho's not coming here. Don't worry about it. When KK can take a second line center, yeah, he can. Okay, sorry, I should have read both. Oh my God, you coolie. That's sage advice. Yeah, thanks, Hab Nation. It is good advice. But not everybody plays positional. So there's all, and ours was positional and head to head, which was my first time playing head to head. So for hockey, I've done it in football, but not in hockey. Um, yeah, if you're going to play positional fantasy hockey, multiple positions, as many players as you can get like that. And hey, listen, you come back for more advice. I'm here all summer. Tip the waitresses. Did you ever play hockey? Not organized, really. Not till I was a little older. I played every day of the winter outside on the rinks in the neighborhood. That's for sure. And then when I was in my 30s, I'm going to say my 30s, I started to play a little old timers hockey. Um, I wasn't the best guy on the team, that's for damn sure. That's why I had to run the team, and I was the team captain. I wasn't very good. Um, but I had a lot of fun. So I played a lot of hockey in my day, but I'll mostly pick up. Let's see now. Advin's favorite beer is La Fenzema. I've never heard of that. 9%. You like a strong beer? No, I don't like a strong beer. You must know that. If I said Bud Light, no, I don't like strong beer. Yeah, that's strong. No, that's not for me. I've never heard of the brand though. Renegade Man, do you think like the trade of Sergachev? Do I like the trade? Are you asking me? Do I like it? Um, no, I would rather have had Sergachev, considering what Drouin has brought to the team, and considering that Sergachev isn't. He's not outperforming Drouin really. They're about even. I was talking about it earlier, but I'd still rather have a defenseman. I think we could have gotten a winger to replace what Drouin's done. That's what I think. He's shown flashes of greatness. Don't get me wrong. He's got that, but you got to play 82 games to get through the season. Let's see now. Do you think? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't. I read that already. Frank the Tank. Wouldn't it be funny if Carolina waits until the last minute to match the offer sheet and make a mistake? We would get Aho because they messed up. Oh, you mean if they wait, and then they can't get we're matching through to the league office? You know what? That could happen. I don't imagine so. I would think Monday morning, pretty early, they're going to throw in their match, and that's what's going to happen. But that would be hilarious if they waited till the last second and it didn't get through to the league office in time. Yeah, I'd kind of love that. Mm, what was my opinion of Gloria, Camilleri, and Gomez when they were in the Habs? Gianta. I don't know. I've seen Gloria. My eyes aren't great. Gianta, Camilleri, and Gomez. Okay, Gianta was good. Small guy. His days of scoring, like they were in Boston when he was putting in 50, are over. Were over at the time. But good leader. I think all the players really liked him and respected him, and he was a good leader. So yes, like Gianta. Camilleri was done when he was here. Either that or it wasn't a good fit because what did he do here? He didn't do anything really. And then we've got Gomez. What do you say about Scott Gomez? When I first heard about Scott Gomez coming to Montreal, I was driving and I thought, wow, that's a really good signing. I like that. That's a good signing. Scott Gomez is really good with the Devils. This could be really good. And then he got here and he played his first game, and it was air went out. And did he ever have a good stretch? I don't know. That was horrible. For the money he was getting, that was just ridiculous. Let's see. Well, I read that. Oh, okay. I've seen somebody make a joke of Bergie going to get a drink with Carolina's GM to say sorry on Monday to distract him from matching, which I thought, oh, that would be funny. No, take him out the night before. Make sure he doesn't wake up for 24 hours. Give him something real heavy, the date rape drug, just so he can't sign a check or whatever the hell he's got to do. Let's see where I was. Sorry, I don't know where I was. Oh, okay, there I was. So I'm going to sheets. You're going to sleep. Okay, you're going to sleep. Thanks for coming in, Advent. Your first night as a moderator. Thanks for coming in, and see you next time. Every Saturday night, same place, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. That's it. Well, that dates me. You guys probably don't know what that is. Let's see. David Arthur, what is that you wrote? Guinness. Guinness is actually from Ireland. Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked it. Definitely like Guinness. It was pretty good. I'm not a big beer drinker. I prefer shots. I prefer shots and either a beer chaser or even a water chaser. But yeah, if the rumors are true about the Islanders giving Man, who's Man? Um, I heard that the Islanders might go after Marner. Yeah, Mitch Marner. Is that what you're saying? Uh, no, they're gonna offer sheet Marner. That's what the rumors are. Oh, okay. The next one you're correcting it. I'm sorry, dude. Uh, no, I don't think you. I don't think you should go after Barzal. Honestly, I don't think they should make another offer sheet at all. One was enough. Besides, I don't know. I know Barzal's good, but what would you let me if we're gonna offer sheet them? What would you give? I'd like to see what you would put it in the offer sheet. Because honestly, you're catching me. I never thought about Barzal. I didn't even know he was a free agent. If Bergevin is really ready to trade 1, 2, 3 picks, even if he doesn't get Aho, I feel like he should still trade it to get the top two defensemen we need. Um, yeah, but I mean, look, don't you think he's already tried to go that route? I would kind of think, no. So, who's he going to trade for that he hasn't already tried? Oh, okay, tired, guys. Okay, you know what? We're down to near the end. I've got almost all the questions. It is an hour and a half, and we got to the last one. So we're going to call it here, guys. So this is episode 3 of Saturday Night Hockey Talk live stream is going to come to an end here. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you all for coming in. It's been fun, great. I'm sorry I'm so tired tonight. I was up really early. I'm going to try to make sure I'm not that tired next week. And yeah, I got videos coming out all week. I shouldn't say that. I might take a little bit of time off. I'll say it in a video what I'm doing, but I have a couple of videos I want to get out before I take a few days off. So there'll be a point where I'm going to take 3 days off where you won't see any videos. I just need to recharge my batteries after all this. And then, yeah, so look for those. And once again, thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to end the stream now. Night, everybody. Night. And if you're somewhere far away, good morning. I don't know. Okay, thanks everybody. I'm ending the stream now. Bye bye. Have a good week, everybody.